Up quick video here. This is taking the place of some of what we were going to do tomorrow. We'll still have our live stream tomorrow because we'll do some running and stuff. But I'm in the middle of the bridge build, like we've been doing, and today I've been painting. I've got half the bridge painted. I've got the other half here. I thought, well, conditions are decent today. We have no wind, so I thought this was a good day to just go ahead and try to finish the whole thing up. I hope I have enough paint. I've got the Seaside satin from Rust-Oleum. That's what we're using. You can see I've already been spraying quite a bit. So I've been keeping, I take between coats just to make sure it stays that way. I've got about 2/3, 3/4 of a can here, and I have from before, I've got about 1/4 of a can. So I should have enough. So I'll show you, we're going to close the door, and Gabe will narrate for you while I'm out painting because we keep the door closed, keep the paint from coming in the house. I'm going to grab what we have, and then I'll take it out there, and we'll show you the other half, and we'll go from there. So I'm just going to come down here and grab this. As you can see, it does not fit my paint cardboard, but I knew that was going to be the case. I'll have to use a big shelf when I get both pieces put together, but for right now, this is doing what it's doing. I already did the other one on a piece of cardboard just like this, the other half. So it just takes a little bit of stretching and doing what I need to do. So let's slip these on. Forgive the deck. The cords are out there from winter, so it just is what it is. Big can. Oh, Gabe will look out the window for a sec. I forgot my paint glasses.
Nope, there's our deck.
Okay, so I just use a pair of these. So out we go. Like I said, he's going to close the door so you won't hear anything, and I'll try to get it so you can see most of how I paint it. But I do face that way because that's the direction the wind comes from. So it's today it's blowing in a cross breeze going this way. So I'll be standing here and painting like that. I'll show you out here what we've already got done. Okay.
Hi, Crochet Lady.
This is what we've already got done. That's the first half of the bridge. So I just painted that. Took me like 20 minutes to paint it. This stuff dries so fast. I'll be able to just, we'll talk for like 5-10 minutes after I get this first coat done. Flip it over, do the other coat. I always start the bottom coats first, the undersides of things first, because I just, that way I can set it up, and I don't use a whole lot of paint here because I know I'm going to be painting the top. So here we go. So I'm just going to close this. You won't hear me, so Gabe will narrate.
Yep, hello everyone. Yeah, that, our back door is pretty reinforced, so. Zoom in here. Not sure how much more it can zoom in, but I think that's about as far as it can go. So you can see he's just putting the first layer of the blue on. It's kind of moist. There's a lot of moisture in the air out here today, so. But it seems to be drying pretty well. So it's still just going. Like doing it outside just because it doesn't get that really strong paint smell inside the house. See if that does any better. Just rotating it now. Get the other side. Gotta shake it up a little bit. This Rust-Oleum is just great paint. It's majority of what we've used to paint all the things on our layout, so it does a great job. It doesn't flake. It's good, easy application. So this is the other half of the big bridge. You can see how well it's being applied. Zooming in doesn't really help that much, but it gives a strong, bold color and not too many passes. This is the process that we use to do the cars and whatnot too. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky, it's zoomed in, so every little movement is jostling around the view. That's been really gray today. It was slightly misting this morning, so Dad's hands are all blue and gray now from painting. But what he's done so far has turned out really good. There's so many parts to it. He's having to cover all of it is taking a bit. Zoom out here. Get a more overall view of what he's doing. You can see how long this section is. As you can see around, it's just still got that early spring weather. Nothing's really growing back yet. It's still the dull drab browns of winter left over, but usually by mid-March, early April, things start blooming. So just right around the corner. You can really see how bold it is now. So yeah, it looks like I'm able to zoom in a little bit more. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the live chat. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And here's what was painted so far, in case you missed it.
Let's open that for a sec.
Yep.
So that is the, well, actually, that's all we're going to do on the bottom level, up to the inside, rather. I've got just enough here between this can and that can to do the top.
Do you want to show the paint, Ken? What color are you using?
This is Seaside in the satin. They also have this in gloss, but it just takes so much more to have to get it dull coated. I've got a can of matte that I use from Rust-Oleum, and you can use the gloss if you want a shiny finish, but I want these to really hold the rust well and the dirt well. So this is the color I use, the finish I use, the type of finish I use, the satin. It's the best that there is for that. They don't have a matte finish that I have seen in the Rust-Oleum products. Either have like the satin, the semi-gloss, the gloss. So satin is your closest to a dull coat. For those who just joined, show the other half.
Yeah, I just did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. It was kind of obscured by the back door, so
okay.
This is a better view
better
of it.
shot of it. This one is done. I've got 2 full coats on this. It's finished. It's actually even dry. I mean, I only started painting it a half an hour ago, and it's not even tacky anymore. So it's ready to go back inside and go up on the layout. So this, we're gonna give about 5 minutes here, so I'll answer any questions you have about anything on the painting process, and then I'll flip it over like I have this one sitting, and then we'll catch the tops. You don't have to do a whole lot, because this whole bottom here, as I was working the paint, I was making sure I was catching full on sides as well. So when I flip it over, really all I'm doing are trying to catch the top edges of everything, which is not much. So I would say this is probably 3/4 finished right now at this stage.
Crochet Lady says, I had fog where I'm at. Supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Guess it's good he's painting today. The bridge is beautiful in that color.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I saw that we were supposed to have some issues with weather tomorrow too. Severe thunderstorms tomorrow night. So I don't know what the day will bring. So that's why I thought I'd go ahead and do this, and then I'll put it in place. And the only thing I probably won't get to is if you look over here, can you show this end right here?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what connects to the other end of this. I don't have all of the pieces in place. The zigzaggies, the I-beams, those are upstairs, already cut and ready to go. I need to paint those separately. So I'm gonna try to save just enough paint to do that. Paint those, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 pieces. And then when I bring it all together, I'll attach those, and that'll be the very last thing we do on this. Right now, how this is gonna work is this is gonna go inside, each of these are gonna go inside just like they are, no finish to them as far as matte finish goes or anything. Then I'll weather everything. I've got a couple of pieces that are the little cross beams I've already had. I'm going to experiment on those till I get the weathering done the way I want it. And then I'll weather both sections and bring them down and then dull coat those separately. Then I'll go back upstairs. I'll put the pieces in, glue it together, and bring it down on a big long shelf one time. And because those pieces will already be painted the blue too, and we'll just come down one time with it on the big shelf, and we'll do the final dull coat that will get the glue points where we'll bring the two halves together, and it'll be done.
Hard to please guy asks, do your neighbors know what you are really doing?
Our neighbors over here on this side, they knew what I used to do. These people have only been with us for about a year and a half, and I haven't been outside painting too much over the past year. Most of the stuff I've been able to do indoors because it's just been brush work. But now I've got all my huge skyscrapers I've got to do, and those things stand this tall off the deck. So, but they're in sections, so we'll be bringing all that out. They've got 3 young girls, and they're always out here, so I'm sure I'll talk to them at some point and tell them what I do. So more usually we get the prevailing winds that we get are out of the west, and it drifts that way. So it doesn't usually go into their yard. Occasionally today we do because things are kind of squirrely today. But over here, that house is so far back, and it's just a single woman and taking care of her grandfather, and they never see anything. We know them really well, and but they never. She's always working from home, so it's never seen. So we never have any problems with the neighbors or anything, as far as smell goes or any of that kind of stuff. But I'm sure if they saw this like this, they'd probably wonder what that is. There's nobody over here. The people over here, the people don't know I do model trains. So, yeah. We're almost at the point where we can flip that over. This doesn't take too long. And then let's see how much I got in the other can. Probably got about 1/5 of a can there, and I've got about 1/4 of a can here. So that one can is already done the other half, and I've still got a fair amount left. So it's already got that one done, that half done. So I'm 3/4 of the way finished. So I probably should have enough paint in that one can. So that was one can of paint to do this whole thing, and it was $7. Well, actually, it was on sale. It wasn't advertised. There was nothing up on the racks. But when we went to get the 2 cans of paint, it was only $13. It was $6.50 a can. So that was a pretty good deal. So and that covers finish coat and everything. So I'm into this for paint for $13 and a little bit of time. It's a little awkward with how big these are. Spinning it around, you probably saw that. Having to reach over my shoulder and spray the ends until I got around to actually doing the ends. But you just got to do it. I usually, if it gets to be too much, I'll put something out here to set it on. And then I'll just spin it, but then I have to squat to do it, and I just didn't feel like doing that today. So, with the way the back's feeling, I just felt like just standing. So, I have ways of doing it if I want to do it a little easier. All right, so let's test this. slightest bit tacky, I can probably flip it, because wherever it might take a little bit off, I'll just, like I did on that one, I'll just spray it again. So it's not that big a deal. Yeah. Okay. Since the underside isn't completely painted, I'll try to lift it from here to start off with, and just very gently use these areas that I've already painted just to flip it. There we go. One little bit on my fingertip right there. So I'll just make sure I look for that, and I cover it. All right, so let's get this top done.
Should I shut the door?
Oh yeah. Let's get the screen open.
Yeah, shut. Okay. You're back with me now. So, like you said, just gonna paint the top now. Just spraying along. It dries pretty quickly as well. So, shouldn't be too long before we can actually go up and put it back on the layout. Just spraying. And some more spraying. I can get in a little closer here. There you go. You can really see it here. That's looking really good now. So, like we said, if you have any questions, try to answer them to the best of our ability. Looks like we are done for now.
I can do the can.
Oh, run out?
Yep, almost done.
All right. We use the fifth that's left in this bottle, or this can. Should be able to finish it up with that. Last little bit here. Hope we have enough paint for it. Gotta rotate. Looks like there's just a little bit left. Getting the top there. And the smell of the paint hasn't come inside yet, so that's good. Yeah, the screen door definitely it can't focus as well through it. The glass it doesn't have too bad of a problem with, which is what we're shooting through now. But yeah, the screen just has a hard time. Just blow drying it. Okay. Seems like that's it.
Let's see if I got one more can left. It's old can.
Gonna need to use it.
Not for this, just for those extra pieces.
Yeah.
As long as I got enough for that, that's, I mean, it's 8 pieces of stuff, so it's not that big a deal. 8 little tiny pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be able to get enough out of these. Let them get in here and let them warm up a little bit. So get a little cold out there.
Yeah.
Should be all right. I'd like to know where those 3 cans went. That was out of it.
Yeah. Not new feature isn't working on here at least.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. We'll let this one sit outside and dry for a bit. The second half. The other one's pretty much done. We'll probably go ahead and take it on up now, and I'll put it in place so you guys can see what it looks like. So we'll probably do that, and then by the time I get that set into place, I had one leg I knocked off by accident. I hit it. I was getting a little aggressive with the spray can and whacked the leg real hard, and so I'm gonna have to re-glue one of the legs. But like I said, all the glue will be hidden when painting myself a little bit when I get to the dull coat part. So this comes off easy enough. I just use Lysol wet wipes, and it takes it all off immediately. So that's not that big a deal. I don't like using the thinners and stuff, so I'll just use that. All right, let's get this guy upstairs. We'll set him in place gently until I get that leg fixed, but we'll get him in place, and then you can see how pretty this is going to look. All right, let me get this.
Should I change it to voice only?
For just a sec, yeah. We're just going to go black screen for just a minute till we get upstairs.
All right. We're just in chat mode right now, so if you have any questions, just let us know, and as we're taking this upstairs, I can answer them to the best of our ability.
We're not doing a tour of the house.
Yes.
we're just headed upstairs right now. So, we still have Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. All right, so let's head up.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to hit anything on my way up, so I don't wind up busting more than I already did. All right. Once we get actually to the room, even before I get it set in place, you can go back to
Video.
video mode. We're almost there. We're heading upstairs. This is where I got to kind of work my way around a little bit. It's so long, I don't want to hit anything. Okay. We can probably head back into video.
There we go.
All right. This should be completely dry, or very close to it.
Oh, hi. Not so average railway guy. How you doing? We just got done painting the big bridge. Just setting it in place now. You can see this blue here. It's seaside blue.
Okay. This is the leg I
Turned out really
busted
nice.
off, so I'll have to.
Uh-oh.
When this really finishes drying up and hacking up, I just want to get it out of outside because it's so moist outside today.
Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so I think there. So I'll let
You
you
go get the
I'll
other-
trade you places, and you can look at that and give it a little closer
Yep.
look at it and everything.
Alright, y'all. Here's the bridge. Painted.
Yep. About 5 minutes, we'll bring the other half up, and you'll be able to see it in place. I'll let Gabe visit with you for a little bit. I'm going to go down and get all of this off me. I just go use one of those, like I said, Lysol wipes, and I'll get that taken care of. So I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, the spray paint's a bit messy.
Well, especially when it hangs over the cardboard.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, when we have it on the cardboard, like for a car or something, it's no problem. But for something as big as this, yeah. So, you can see we've got some of the weathered coal cars down below. You can see how it's going to look. This blue is kind of based on what you see in like Philadelphia, Chicago, I think, are blue as well. So, well, it's sort of a teal. So, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm going to have one rail here across these, and then the other rail here. Yes, yes, it will. There will be 2 tracks above and 2 tracks below. Yeah, that blue does stand out. Yeah, he did have a test piece of track around here, but I don't know where it went. They had sitting on top of here for a little while. But yeah, it's almost a perfect fit. It should support both fine. Feel bad for the engineer though. I mean, it's right on the edge. It'll probably be terrifying for him. At least until we get the walkways put on and guardrails. Hi, BNSF. How you doing? So yeah, this is how it. Okay. I wish so you can see how wide the track is here. Okay, I'm gonna try and size this with my fingers. Okay, so it's about this wide, and this width here is about the same with the ties on. I think there's going to be walkways on the side that'll expand the width of it a little bit. So it's going to be close though. It was originally meant for one. You can see that where the rail supports are there in the middle, but it actually does have enough room for 2, which is what we're going to do. And it'll connect over to the elevated track here. It's going to curve around here, start coming up at an angle here, and meet up with the top there. Yes, it is N scale. Yeah. Yeah, it's very small. I don't want to. I don't have any paint on my fingers. Do we have? Oh, here, I'll take one of these Milwaukee Roads. They haven't done anything. So you can kind of see how it's going to look. It's pretty close. There's enough room for 2 side by side, but it is still pretty close. It's going to look cool, though. Are you OO? Yeah. Yeah. We've seen quite a few good OO layouts around here. Yeah, it's a cool scale. If you ever want to share pictures of your layout, feel free to do that in our community section. It's on our main channel page. You can get to it from there. We'd love to see it if you have a layout. Or engines that you get in or whatever. Some of our viewers have done that. But then you can see back there's the skyscraper. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen them. I love British engines, though. They're just beautiful. A lot of British influence, train-wise. Growing up watching Thomas the Tank Engine, so see how it just pans, stretches all the way over and connects to the other side. and then it'll just elevated will loop right back around. Adams radial tanks. No. Maybe if I saw it though, I'm sure I probably would. But by name, I'm not too good with names. But if I see it, I'll probably know it. Hi, Thomas. How you doing? So there's the rest of the city. Got that ballasting on the tracks here done not too long ago. So yeah, it's turned out good. These little zigzags, they were pretty quick printing, but we just had to do so many of them. You can see how much had to be done, and this is only half of it. And the middle connector here doesn't even have them yet. So we'll have to get that. You know, any small British engines? Might have models of them. If I do, I'll put them on the page thing. I'm not good with names. But I know them if I saw them, most likely. But I get a lot of the influence from my dad. I'm more the tech guy part of this. I'm not as knowledgeable as he is about railroading. But I would love to see them. So if you find them, yeah, feel free to post on the page. You can see some of the weathering he did on those coal cars. I think we had a video of doing that the other day. Well, not the other day. It's been a couple months. Oh, so the E2 is what Thomas was based on. Okay, cool. Coming in? Okay, I gotta back up, everyone.
Yeah, I brought the other half.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, see you when you get back.
90% of the paint off myself.
Good.
Yeah,
Let's
those
see.
lights do a pretty good
Oh
job.
yeah. Nice, just a little on your wrist.
We're good. I'll
Did
take
you
it
check
like-
this?
Check the phone.
Yep. Somebody's calling.
All right. So I guess he's gone over pretty much everything with you. Like I said, this was just a quickie today. Quick pop up on doing this because the weather tomorrow is going to be terrible, and this is what we're still going to have our live stream tomorrow too. But I just wanted to do this, and I thought you could see how I handle bigger projects painting. Soon as we get done getting this in place, I'll show you. I tested this piece right here, if you can see it. We were talking about in our last live stream how we were seeing these X's, these patterns on the surfaces. And even after I sanded them really well, we were still getting X's on there. So I went ahead and I got it smooth as it could be, and I took it out today and I painted it, primered it before I started doing this bridge, and it doesn't show up. So it's just really weird. So I wanted to, if it didn't show up, I wasn't going to worry about it, and I'm not going to worry about it now. So anyway, I'll give this back to Gabe,
Yep.
and I'll get this other piece put in place. All right.
Yep, time does go by when you're having fun.
Okay. So let's see here. These off so I can see what I'm doing. This
Yep.
is out of the way. All right.
Where's my finger? Oh, there's my lovely finger.
All right. So
Hey, Great Northern. How you doing?
you just joined us?
Yep.
You missed painting. We painted today. Had to do it today. Tomorrow's weather is going to be lousy.
Yeah.
But you can go back and review the live stream if you wanted to see, because the beginning of this there was no lead in. We just were straight downstairs and then out the back door and painting. So if you just want to see how this section down here got painted, you'll be able to do that.
Yes, I'm actually filming today. I'm the one with the camera.
Yes,
I'm being the cameraman.
All right, so we're going to lift from below. So if anything happens, I can just get a little bit. I'm going to have to come back and boom you out of the way for a minute.
Got it.
Yeah. Blop, blop. Nothing on my fingertips. It wasn't
Nothing.
already there, though.
Says-
So it's just tacky.
Yeah.
And that's going to be underside where I'm doing weathering anyway. Let's get that off of the road bed.
Nice.
And we'll get this
reconnected.
Yeah, we'll get this down this way. Well, I'm not going to reconnect it because then it's going to stick.
Oh yeah.
So I'll bring it close,
But
but we'll leave it the way it is, like that. There we go.
looks like
Then later today, I'll connect it up later today after the tackiness is all gone.
yeah.
All right, so let me go on the other side. You can film.
Yep.
And ooh, boy, with the color of the lights, boy, on this side, I really need to get lights on that side so you guys can see. This is absolutely beautiful. Here, hand it to me for a sec, and then I'll hand it back to you. So here you can see how pretty this blue is, and that is gorgeous. So I'm really happy with how that came out. I've already done some. I knew how the basics were going to look on it. There you go.
Okay.
My hands are still sticky. I don't want to be handling that too much. So
Yeah. Great Northern says color looks great.
Great.
Love a Girl says that looks so good. Thank you.
It's a great color. Like I said, we'll just sit here and we'll let this thing dry for a while now. The other one's been drying for a good half hour. This one just got this half just got its last coat put on. Quit sniffing the paint.
It smells so good though. Such a great smell.
Yeah. Well, it's going to smell in here like this for a while now.
Yeah.
So this I'm really, really happy with this. This is just such a beautiful set of color. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. We're going to start working on this area over here. I'm just grabbing this thing.
Oh, okay.
So I've decided to go all in. Just go ahead and start the area right here. That's going to be the slums of the city. So we've got all these extra little buildings and things. So we're going to start building these up. I've got a lot of little ones. Where are my little ones at? I don't know where the little ones went.
Maybe underneath. Great. Thanks, railway guy. We'll have to take a look. I have some British engines, an OO gauge. I told him if you wanted to, you could share them in the community page. So we'll check it out after the stream.
Yeah. So we have a ton of these smaller buildings like this. We're going to make this the rundown section. We'll be adding a piece of wood on the other side of the bridge, and we'll put a fence along the track here and between the legs here along the tracks, so that it keeps this separated. And this side will just be all rundown buildings. Same thing over here. We'll have like open lots where there's trash and stuff. So this is what we're going to do with this area. I think it'll make great for filming and run-bys and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I've got a bunch of these in-scale buildings down below. I know there's some down there that I'm going to go ahead and put together real quick. And I'll start painting. And we'll probably do some live sessions next week of the beginning of the painting of those.
Yeah, because like there's the post office. We could have that down there.
No. That's not going to be
Is that more of a city?
Here. Yeah. Well, I'll have a post office, but we're going to do a bigger
It'll be a bigger,
bigger one up in the actual city area itself.
Yeah.
So so we're just going to start lining this up right here and creating like some alleyways and broken down cars. We may put a couple of houses. So we're just going to have some really cool stuff on either side of this elevated and the three main lines that we've got here. So that's all coming here pretty quick.
This is N scale, Selena.
Yes, it is. Oh, well, here, you know what we can do? I'll just throw
all the engines on.
We'll run it by how it's going to look going by that.
Yeah.
No, we'll save that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
My hands are really dirty, and I've got my trains are off the track over here because I was doing a product review.
Yeah.
And I don't have the trains back on. I don't want to touch them until I get all the rest of the paint off. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do a bunch of running tomorrow. Might as well save it till then, and then we'll have something to do. But I think the next step on this is going to be starting to work on the ends. So on either end here, on either side, I'm going to make my curves. So the way that's going to happen is I'm going to get some, I've got some large roll construction paper downstairs. So I will draw out probably a 17-inch radius curve, and I'll do two of them so that I can have it where coming off of here, we'll have two separate things like this. We'll have one coming off this side, one coming off this side. So we'll have two coming around like that on top. So I'll figure out the 17-inch part, and I've got all this styrene down here. Oh no, I got paint on my shirt.
Oh no, you've had that shirt forever.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
So it was the leg when I was twisted. When I
Yeah.
was spinning around
Oh
outside.
yeah.
So don't paint in a shirt you like. I wasn't planning on painting it. Well, anyway, so we're gonna have the two curves come off over here like this. We have to bring the level of this up, so we'll be making a new leg system down here that'll match this. So we'll start with that one, and then the one that's going to go street level will shoot out this way.
Not so average railway guy says I've got a lot of like Polish N-gauge diesels from a car boot sale if you work.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and Selena says N is cool.
It is cool. Yes, I like it.
Yes.
I'm able to look how much I'm able to pack into a 6 foot by or a 7 foot by 9 foot area. I mean, we got a major downtown, we got a bridge, we're gonna have a rundown part of town, we got a second level down below we'll be dealing with. So it's, yeah, you can put a lot into 63 square feet within scale. So it's doing pretty good. So I'm really happy this came out the way it came out. So now we're just gonna let it set up. I'm seeing some shiny areas. I hope dry. Maybe it's just some built up areas. I'm seeing some shiny because it's not quite the satin. This is nice and flat over here, but on this backside I'm seeing some areas. I was really getting down into the bottom parts of the can, but it shouldn't matter. The satin versus the gloss.
Yeah.
But I could tell I was having an issue because I never get blowback on my spray hand. And I was getting blowback, and that only happens when I really get down to the bottom of the can. This hand always gets covered. Oops, I missed an area. This hand always gets covered. But this hand doesn't. So it just could be, maybe it's a little more liquidy and just has to dry some.
Nuts Average says, wow, 6 foot? My big shunting layout is 6 by 2 foot and it's not got much in.
Really? Yeah,
Really?
This is, we've packed a lot into a small area. I mean, this is, it's like I said, this is 7 foot going this way. And we're not even going to utilize some of the back of it, so really it could have been a 6 foot, and then just 9 foot. So, we're as far as the length goes, we're not too far off you for the length. So you can put a lot into N scale, a lot into just a very, very short, very small area. So, but anyway, like I said, we were able to figure this out today, which was nice. I was really worried about this. Now that it's tacked up and dried up, I'm going to take a look here. See if I see anything in the reflections. What we were having happen is the prints were getting these X patterns on the surface. And we found out that's an issue with infill when it creates the supports to put the top layer on. Because this thing is not a solid piece. None of the walls of any of the buildings are solid pieces. There's actual lots of gaps, little holes throughout the whole thing. Because it creates a form inside and then layers a thing on top just to save material, which makes sense. But what it said to do when we looked it up online said that you just change your infill pattern if your process after printing, you can't get rid of it. But I don't see a single X anywhere.
Yeah, and when I took a look at it, Dad asked me to come in and take a look. I didn't see any at all.
No. It's perfectly fine.
So
we don't have any. So even though when we sell them, if you get one of them from us and you see an X on there, the minute you put paint on, you'll never see it again. So that's good. We'll take that to the train show with us, so that when people see these in person and they see the X's on the surface, they'll say that was exactly the same way. So we got it all figured out. Today was a really good paint day. It was a busy day. Took an hour this morning. Had to cut a ton of cabbage for our fish fries tomorrow, and then went straight into doing the painting, prepping and doing the painting. So it was, well, actually I sanded. How long did I sand for? You were gone a while.
I was gone for like an hour.
And then I was beyond when you got home.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably spent an hour and a half sanding the main panels of our 3 extras that we're taking for sale. So today I sanded the 3 that are down below. I sanded the 8 total. The 3 that make up the fronts on all these and the 2 right there. And I already did most of the sides. So I've just got a few left to do and then assembly. And we'll be ready to take them to the show. These are the bases for them here. We've got them kind of strung out all over the place. So,
Crochet Lady says, paint covers a lot of sins, LOL.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. So all I got left to do is I've got to fix that one leg that I broke with the paint can when I whacked it real hard. So that won't be that big a deal to do before, and then that way when I put the matte finish on there, the final clear coat, it'll get rid of the glue shines. So we'll be good. So this will be, by time tomorrow comes and we do our live stream tomorrow, this should all be nice and finished drying, not tacky. Should be all the little damp areas should all be finished, so it should be good to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed my little way I do my painting, and you got to see how we do the stuff here. And so we'll see you tomorrow. Probably we got to take the stuff over for the fish fries in the morning, so we'll probably be on about 10:30 tomorrow. So hope we see you then, and have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk to you then.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.